Welcome to PAM Eastcoast LA. I am your host, Pamela Calas. And today I have the wonderful Lindsey Bean. Lindsey, thank you so much, my love, for coming on the show. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea. I mean, it's so hard to get beautiful people here. You have no idea.
Well, we already have you, so that checks that off the box.
Girl, stop. Where do I hide my face? I can't hide my face.
Right.
I'm the host. But thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for that. So she is our wonderful actress, model, also does a little cosplay.
On occasion, yeah.
Occasion. And is there something I'm missing?
Kind of tiptoeing into singing, but not like 100% confirmed on that just yet. But I do have like YouTube covers, but they're kind of old.
No, but that's okay. No.
We're tiptoeing in.
What are you, what's your main focus?
I think right now is acting. I took a couple years break. I was acting a lot in 2017. I did like a lot of short films, YouTube videos and stuff. And then like a whole bunch of stress hit me. So I was like, okay, take a break. So now I'm kind of jumping back in. So I got a new project that should be coming out tomorrow, depending on when this is out. I'll just say the midnight on the 18th, and I'll go into that later. But yeah, I'm kind of just trying to get back into it and see what's going on.
Well, I think that's great. Well, tell me about your project. What is it?
So yeah, we're doing a short film, which will be on YouTube, and I'll be posting the link and everything, and I'll send you the link so you can see it. But it is.
And if you have the link now, you could share it.
Oh, I don't have the link, but the YouTube channel is Blinky 500, BLINKY, and then 500. But we're doing a Scream fan film. So for anyone who doesn't know, fan films are just essentially films made by the fans. So a bunch of people who are really big fans of a certain property get together and they're like, well, let's try to do our own interpretation. So we did a Scream fan film because the latest Scream movie just came out, I think this month or last month. Yeah, so we did one. It's only about less than 10 minutes, but I get to be, you know, the Drew Barrymore character and get the phone call and everything and, you know, get murdered and all that. So it was really fun. We got to shoot on a Red camera, which is like one of the top cameras right now. Okay. So, and, you know, doing everything in quarantine and, you know, with COVID regulations. So there was only a few people, but I'm really excited about it. Excited to get back out there, and I hope people like it.
That's great. How long have you been not acting?
So I think I kind of took off from like 2018-ish to, and then, you know, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back out there. And then boom, pandemic. And I was like, but I did get to do a lot of like voiceover stuff. So like the channel that I'm working with now, I do a lot of stuff with them. They did radio plays during quarantine. So basically I have like a little mic here and everything. So I just got to record lines.
Oh, that's great.
You know, stay busy. So that's good.
Oh, I love voiceovers. I think that would be just so fun. I would just love to be in like in a Disney voiceover, you know?
Oh yeah. I want to be a Disney princess one day.
I could be like a snail. I don't know. And I can do something. You know what I mean?
Snoop Dogg was a snail in Turbo. So, I mean, the options are available.
Could be like the little caterpillar, you know? I don't know. I could be the sexy fish, but I think Angelina Jolie took that. So
oh my gosh, I remember that fish.
That's all right. That's listen. God bless her. You know, I don't hate on that. You know, that's how it goes. Okay. She's already a name. They weren't looking for me yet. Right. So how long you been modeling for, babe?
So I guess about 5-ish years, because I started in 2016, and then you know, I got on all like the modeling sites, shot with friends, you know, got headshots and all that stuff. So it's really cool because like when you work with photographers, now Instagram has this really cool feature where you can like cross post. So if a photographer posts with you, both of your followings will see the post. So it's really cool because that way when I work with a photographer, they get some of my following, I get some of their following, and then you can kind of just like bump off everybody and keep going, and then meet some of their photographer friends or model with some of their models, and then just keep the ball rolling.
Well, before we continue on, we're going to talk about grape drink, purple drink. What do we have first today? We have water.
We're healthy today.
This is how we do it.
We're going to hydrate. It's good for skin, right? Hopefully we don't have to pee too
Good
much.
for everything, baby, but we are definitely going to tinkle right in the middle of this interview. You understand? This is how we do it. So I buy this delicious water from Costco. It has 9.5 electrolytes. Oh yes, the pH 9.5.
Ooh, the pH, so it's very fancy.
Okay, let me tell you, this is some bougie ass water, but that's okay. Because I love it. What platforms have you used to basically get your career started? I mean, you've been modeling for 5, you've been acting for the last few years, and we'll talk about cosplay because I know I see a little the Kruger and the little Jessica Rogers. I don't know. I mean, do people they typecast you as that?
Well, so what's really fun is like with cosplaying and everything, I didn't know how big the community was. Like, it's insane. There's cosplayers that have like their own lines at Joann's Fabrics, like
Oh,
just for making. So like it's crazy. Some of these models have like millions of followers just for them to dress up as different characters.
wow.
So it's really interesting. And it does actually help a lot with building my following just for me as, the product, I guess, because a lot of the times, people will go through hashtags on Instagram for characters they like, and they'll type in like, Jessica Rabbit cosplay, and then they find me and they're like, oh, you know what? She's kind of cute. I'll give her a little follow, or maybe they won't follow me right away.
Girl, you're natural.
I mean, we gotta get the following up somehow. I mean, Instagram is like
No, I'm
trying
saying,
to shadow ban me.
That it's a beautiful thing, honey. I mean, that's hard. Let me tell you. Are you a natural redhead?
For the last 10-ish years.
Okay, let them know. I'm naturally gray, so this is not my real hair color.
I'll tell you, my mom started to go gray, and I would be like, Mom, just go get the box dye at, $5 at Target. And she's like, no, this is evidence of you guys. This is evidence of 3 teenagers.
I know. No, but it's really crazy. You do look like a real life version of Jessica Rogers.
Thank you. And I didn't have to spend much more than the dye.
Roger Rabbit. That's what I meant to say. You are literally. And then I saw the Freddy Krueger, like you like kind of like the female version.
Yeah, I wanted to do that because I love the horror stuff. I love some horror. There's a very fine line between horror and then just like torture porn. Right, but I do Saw. Like cool horror stuff.
What about Saw? You ever see the movie Saw?
I've seen the first one, the second one, and it's funny because I have a box set with like all of them.
Right.
But after the second one, I guess it kind of like kind of takes off into a different direction than the first original two. But I really liked Saw. If I could go back in time and wipe my memory of anything, not, my past trauma or any of that stuff, for all those embarrassing moments in middle school, but erase the ending of Saw, because oh my gosh, my mind was blown. Spoiler, but when he stands up at the end, and it's
I know
he was there the whole time, and it's like, oh my god,
he's a genius. How did you get started? How did you begin? What influenced you? Who influenced you? Like,
so it's always funny because when I get this question, it's like, it's not as like inspiring of a story as like everyone else has, but like, when I was little, they had the people at the mall being like, oh, let's get your kid a commercial, and my mom being like, let's not, because they're probably scamming you. So she's like, when you're 18, do whatever you want. When you're 18, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, but look at all the Hannah Montana and High School Musical. I want to do that. And she's like, when you're 18. Right. So then I was sitting in my room one day, like when I just turned 18 and I had a full-time job and everything. I had just gotten a car, and I was like, wait a second. At the time I lived in Mission Viejo. So it was like maybe a 2-hour drive to LA. I was like, so technically there's nothing stopping me, so might as well try it out. And I just went on YouTube because of the internet, everything's out there. And I just typed in how to get started, and I found all these videos about how to get an agent, how to get on casting sites, how to find someone to do headshots. And I was like, oh, this is convenient. Thank you.
How do you get an agent?
So I had 2 agents before. I don't have one right now just because I'm not actively going up and going out on auditions right now, just because of like COVID and all that. But I had first started, I got on LA Casting, which was at the time, I think like $20 a month. And it just has all the casting breakdowns. You can put up your headshots, all that. And then I got a message on there saying, hey, we saw your reel. We saw some of the credits you have. And we just wondered if you wanted to come in and audition to have us as your agency. And I was like, oh, well, that was pretty easy. So I just went and I auditioned for them and they had me, and I went out to some auditions for them. And then after that, I had a different job. So I had to drop them. But then I tried, like my career is very back and forth, back and forth. But then when I started again, literally the same thing happened. I just went up on the casting websites and then someone messaged me again. So things kind of just like fall into my lap.
Which is
And
great.
I'm like, okay, well, I'll go with it. So then I worked with them for a while. But personally, I like to go out, like to submit to my own castings and stuff, because when you have an agent, they do all that. And then they don't want you to submit the things. And then if you do submit the things on your own, sometimes they'll ask for money from that project, even if they didn't get you the job. So I'm like, you know what, it's fine. And right now I'm trying to work with just like people that I really like their work. Like I have a lot of friends who are filmmakers or photographers or writers. So I'll go straight to them. I'll be like, you know what, cut the crap. I don't have to go through all these people. Let's just, film something in the backyard.
So how would you get work right now? What do you use? Like what platform do you use? Are you just, like
So
Instagramming
Instagram
it?
is really helpful
Okay.
because like I said, you could cross promote. Actually, I was following some actors that I was fans of, and then I noticed that, oh, they had listed the photographer that took their headshots. And I was like, oh, I like their work. So I follow him. Like the next day, he follows me back and is like, hey, do you want to do a shoot? You want to come over? We'll pick out whatever outfit you want. Let's go. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's like pretty easy. I guess it's kind of easier because, pretty girl. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, no, we don't want to work with you. I don't want to take
Right.
pictures of you. Oh,
No,
that'd
I
be
get it.
awful.
But it's actually a very clever way. You find out, like you said, the photographer of the celebrity. You're like, oh, I like Robert Niles. Here we go. And then he's like, who's this following me? Boop. Do you like modeling more? Or do you like acting more?
Well, I'll say modeling is usually easier because it takes, like I spend like 2 hours getting ready and then the shoot's done in like 20, 30 minutes. And it's like, oh, okay, let's
Right.
take all this off now.
Right.
But acting is definitely more fun because you get to play around more. And I guess you kind of feel this more sense of, I made something versus I stood over there for 10 minutes while they took pictures and posed me so I looked perfect and then edited it and everything. So acting's a lot more vulnerability because they can't really blur much
Right.
or Photoshop. I mean,
Well,
they
how do you
can, but
get
it
your
takes more.
acting jobs?
So for acting, I mean, again, stuff just falls in my laps, but I've had people just message me on Facebook and be like, oh, I stumbled on you on this video. You could, because we do a lot of stuff on YouTube, which is awesome. Because I've had a few videos that I did back in 2017 went kind of viral. They got a few million views. So I get people
With who? Who?
The crap. Now I forgot what I said. What was it? Oh, the YouTube channel. Is that what it was?
Yeah, but who did you that got a million views? What?
Oh, so I did a short film that was this was back after they released the first newer Spider-Man, the one with Tom Holland.
Okay.
So we did a they didn't have an official Mary Jane at the time, and I was a redhead. So we were like, oh, let's do a Mary Jane Spider-Man thing. So we had a guy who had a Spider-Man costume. We decided to set it in LA because, we couldn't get to New York. So we made up an excuse. Oh, Spider-Man's in LA. Oh, and Mary Jane is a model. So she's probably in LA too. So they bumped into each other. And then, I get kidnapped and have to get saved and everything. But it got I think 3.5 million views or something. So I got a lot of attention.
Oh, did you get paid for that?
No, but it's because there's some things on fan films and stuff that's not official where there's all these rules about some of them can be monetized depending on the music or how big of scale. Because there's some channels that have millions of views and they have all these established actors doing the fan films. And I'm like, how are you guys making money off of this? But I guess it's crowdfunded or something.
You got robbed. You're supposed to get paid.
Yeah, if I like the project enough, I'll do like low budget stuff because I mean, there's some people who can make really, okay, so the Scream thing that we did, the budget was pretty much like 500 bucks because we had all the equipment already. So basically, one of our friends had the camera and lives in Michigan. So he came over and said, hey, I'll bring my guys, I'll bring my camera because I really want to do this project. It sounds fun. So it was a collaborative friend effort, basically. Took 2 nights to film. And you know, because we just needed a house and the outside of a house essentially because it's pretty short. So because it's less than 10 minutes, it only really took a total of maybe 8 hours to film it. So I mean, it's not a lot of work, and I like working with people. So it's pretty good. I get producer credit if I do it. So
Okay. How do you get your cosplay basically projects, or is that just something just for fun?
I think the cosplay, not to be like shallow, but it's more for marketing at this point. I have gone to Comic Cons and stuff, but
Yeah,
I
I have
get very
too.
overstimulated when there's a lot of people. So I'm like, oh, I'll just
Okay.
dress up and take the photos and then post them, and then hopefully.
I like Comic-Con. It's fun.
I went to LA Comic Con this last year, so it was like lots of, you know, you had to make sure double vaccinated or triple before you got in. You just show your card, mask, everything. And I was like, okay, even if everyone in here is clean, there were a lot of people, and
You know what I'm
I've been
wondering?
inside for 2
If you were
years.
Darth Vader, would they make you take your mask off and be like, "Do you have an actual 95 on?" And then
I saw people who had
you gotta put your mask back on, and I'm like,
it was interesting how many people were creative with the mask. I saw a lot of people who were doing characters that didn't have like a head helmet or anything. They had like skin tone masks that they put on, and I saw a woman put lipstick on top of it so it matched the rest of the makeup.
it didn't even look like she was wearing a mask.
From far away, yeah. I was like, wait a second. And then I got closer and I was like, okay, cool, she's fine. But there were people who had like Spider-Man costumes on or like the zip up. So they're like, well, technically it's a mask. So they're like, come on in.
Well, that's my question. Were they like, I need you to like take your whole outfit off, and like the poor guy's like starting from his ankles.
Right.
Okay. He's like, shh, shh, shut up.
Right.
Spider web. I like Comic Con though. I've been to Chicago's Comic Con,
Oh, cool.
and I was in the LA area when Comic Con, and there was no way to get a hotel. So I will never be in the LA area during Comic Con because it was
crazy.
babe. I don't care. And this was a long time ago, and I know it's still crazy because you have real fanatics out there. They want the signature. They want to buy the magazines and, you know, just everything that, and it really is fun if you have that, if you're open-minded, you know.
Oh yeah, I actually have a funny video I took on my phone because I had an industry pass, so I got in like an hour before everyone else. So
Okay.
I was up at the LA Convention Center. There's this kind of like I guess like a overhang looks down onto the lobby. So there were all these people lined up with, you know, the rope waiting for it to drop, and I was up here on the floor above looking down, and I was like, it's like the running of the bulls. I took out my phone, they dropped the rope, and everyone whoosh, just starts running towards the doors so they can buy everything faster.
Oh my God. It was like Black Friday, babe.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I do not like Black Friday. I do not shop on Black Friday. So I'm glad that Black Friday is not the same Black Friday where you get stamped on.
Oh yeah, my friend got trampled a few years ago.
Yeah, it was like trampled. Yes.
There's not even that many good sales anymore though. It's all like Cyber
Now they're
Monday
doing
now.
everything online, so it's great. You know, just make it easier. You know, this is what I want. Let me just see. Yeah, that looks like a good deal. You know, and the deals are not like how they used to be. I mean, I'm talking about you used to get Timberlands for like $40, 20
Yeah, that's
bucks.
worth killing someone over on accident, right? I saw a lady gave birth like at a Walmart on Black Friday. And I was like, girl, was it worth it for the TV?
Damn, babe. She's at the 8-month, 3-week, 5-day mark. What
Probably.
the hell? Take your ass home. She's like, her water breaks in the car, and then she's just walking.
She's like, it's the deals. We got to go for the deals.
She's like, I got to do this. I got to do it now. He won't leave me. That's fucked up. I apologize for that. Okay. That was just a bad joke, but it's funny. Okay. He won't leave me. Let me get this TV. I swear it's his.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. You can laugh, girl. We're here to laugh and have a good time.
Yes.
Reserved, honey. Let your hair down. I got my fucking hair went in my eye.
I know. I washed my hair just for you today.
I saw that it was wet, and I was like, should I give her a few minutes? Because I don't want to rush her or anything, you know.
Oh no. I hate hair dryers, so I just let it air dry and hope for the best most of the time.
Yeah, I know, but you're good to go, girl. Even when you're doing the modeling and stuff on your Instagram, you just let it air dry, right? And then you just kind of
Most of the time, or what I'll do is I'll wash my hair like the night before and then let that dry so that when I wake up, it's already ready and I can just
ready
put
to
some
go.
curlers in. I got hot rollers and all
Oh,
that.
nice to have easy hair like that. Look at you. No, it's not that easy for me.
Well, it's very
Mine is a
oily
little-
if that makes you feel better.
No, it's okay. I love the easy life. I never hate on the easy life.
You've got the volume though, so you got that. I have no volume. It's very
I have my
flat.
mother's hair, and this is like, you know, it needs like a little maintaining. You know, I don't get to wake up like this, you know, but I love it the same. And if it's ever different, people are not happy. They're like, what did you do to your hair?
I love it. I love the curls, just like the bounce you've got.
Thank you.
It adds so much
My mother
personality,
gave
you
it to
know?
me. Thank you. That's why. Look at the poster.
I love it. It's so cute.
My little artist Angelo did that. He's a
Oh my gosh.
sweetheart.
It's so good. I love it.
So tell me what you're going. Where do you
My
want to end up in life?
I think like I'm at a point in my life, like, so 23 going on 24. So I still don't have a lot figured out, but I'm trying
Girl,
to,
you're
like,
23.
for now, yeah, 23. So yeah.
Girl, I did a lot of things when I was 23. I can't talk about that right now. That's time for another episode. But good for you, 23 and married, right?
Yeah, currently. We'll see. No, just kidding. Gotta keep my options open, you know. No, just kidding.
Ah, shit. Because I'm about to be 40, babe. So that's why
You
I'm
look
like,
fantastic. My goodness.
oh, honey, thank you. I mean, I can get it. I mean, it's
Of course,
hard.
I don't doubt.
There's a lot of competition, but during the week, right on, you know, I can get it. You know, Monday comes, I'm your girl. Friday comes, you're there, girl. Ain't nobody looking at me. Like, look at this old ass bitch coming out on Friday wearing these come fuck me boots. Get your old ass inside. And I'm like, what? I'm not gray down there yet, but it's coming. Tell me your goal. I'm so sorry.
So, oh no worries. So I guess I'm just trying to see, like, okay, if I can do, just trying to see what I'm capable of doing, I guess, at this point. Like, I don't want to set anything in stone, like, oh, I have to do this by this point, because, you know,
Right.
sometimes things don't happen at the time you want them to happen. Maybe it's not in the stars at this point, but then you know, you get sad because you missed the date, and then 2 weeks later, the thing you wanted to happen happened, and you wasted all that time stressing over that specific date. So I'm just kind of trying to see, like, where I fit best. If I'm more successful in acting, then we'll go down that avenue. If I'm more successful in modeling, which, I mean, I can only do so much, but maybe I'll do that.
Where's
if I'm
your heart at?
I think my heart is kind of in just exploring, like, in the sense of, like, with acting and with, like, singing and everything, like, it's definitely trying to trying to figure out, like, I guess,
Are
self-improvement.
you a singer?
I'm in the process. So I'm doing, like, I do warm-ups every day, and I practice, I do exercises, but I have really bad stage fright. Oh yeah, all that crap.
All that?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
for hours.
all about
So
that,
much
that
fun.
warm up, girl. I'm a
Oh, yeah.
karaoke singer. I'm not a professional singer.
I went to karaoke right before the pandemic hit and I cried afterwards because
Are you serious?
I have such bad stage fright. And my husband was like, you just got, and at the time I had only been practicing for like less than a year. So I'm like trying to learn technique and everything. So I go out and I sing like Adele and I sing Amy Winehouse, and literally nobody, like even a stranger's like, you're fine. But I had a drink and everything, which like closes off your cords more. And I'm like sitting there, like so still being like, back to black.
Wait a minute. You have stage fright, babe?
I know, it doesn't make sense, does it?
No,
But I
it
do.
makes sense because people don't really understand. There's people in the industry that are truly shy. And that's the thing.
I'm crazy shy.
Are you?
Yeah, like
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Love it. I know, which is weird because I was also a theater kid. So you're like, okay, this isn't adding up because we're the most like hyperactive. But I guess I get it's because I'm self-critical. That's what it is. It's not because anyone else is going to say anything bad.
Right.
It's that I'm thinking they're going to say something bad. And then when they say something nice, I'm like, oh, they're just trying to be nice to me. Okay.
Right.
They're lying. So it's like, I just get in my head. That's what it is. And like when we were filming the Scream thing, like I said, the crew was like 4 people, and I'm like, oh my God, what if I mess up a line? And it's like, they're just gonna say, let's do it again. I'm like, but they're gonna be judging me. And obviously nobody cared, and they were just eating cookies and minding their business. It's like, nobody cares.
No, yeah, and
the
you'd
problem.
be so surprised. And don't ever feel like people are gonna be judging you, because if they're judging you, they're just hating on you, girl. And whoever's hating can hate from their seat. They don't need to be in your life, in your space, in your environment. Just keep your ass over there. Row what, motherfucker? You're in bleacher what? Okay, 300.
Right.
Take your ass up in the bleachers. So you answered the question, but you're not answering the question because I think you're holding back.
Holding back.
I was going to ask you right now, Lindsey.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be that runway model where you are the Victoria's Secret lingerie top next Cindy Crawford? Or do you want to be Sharon Stone, where you're still sexy, you're still beautiful, you have a name, and you're in that kind of area? Because I will tell you, a lot of models will leave the industry and they're very lucky, like Cameron Diaz, that goes into acting and they're just super successful. Like she's one of the top actresses, right? Okay. But there's a lot of models that don't make it like Cameron Diaz. Does that make sense? And people don't ever know that because they didn't even know that they were modeling before. So do you, where is your desire? Where would you like to be known? Like, do you want to be that beautiful, gorgeous, because I see your pictures, I see your Instagram, and I know you're still growing, and I know you're still figuring things out because you are still just a little tenderoni. I got that. Just a little tenderoni, which is a beautiful thing. You don't even know if you want to be married. So it's beautiful. I get it, I got you, girl. I got your back, I got your front. But where do you desire to be?
I guess that would have to be like, probably the acting and the singing, because that's a lot, I guess I would say, less restrictive in the sense of like, I have a lot of friends who are print models, runway models that are, they have to be certain heights, certain weights, certain proportions because of, sample sizes, all that. And I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm fitting this into a size 0.
Right.
So, but with like with acting and singing, I think it's definitely, and for me, like I said, being so self-critical, it's having to be vulnerable because every aspect of you is going to be shown, right? Every flib that you make, every mistake, every little, like, especially when I'm acting, things I don't even notice, like the body language I'm doing is going to be analyzed by someone. They're going to be like, oh, do I buy this performance? Do I believe that she's the character? And it's definitely,
So you want to be like Moulin Rouge?
Ooh, yes.
Les Mis, like you want to do like a movie like that?
I mean, I love like movie musicals. I regret it now, but I was very into Glee when it was coming out.
Okay,
And it's a
yeah.
disaster, but it did have some good songs. But like I loved musicals. Like I did, you know, drama class and everything when I was middle school, high school. So it's like if the Glee reboots, I will be first in line at that cattle call.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know, um, I remember watching Glee when it came out. I was like, wow, this is a very clever show. Like, and it was rising, 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 and then it canceled. I think it canceled because that one actor passed away.
A lot of them have passed away, but
A lot
I
of them
think the one
did?
you're talking about, the first one, Corey Monteith or
Yes,
Montauk,
the first
yeah,
one.
they did. They had like a whole episode devoted to him passing away. So in the context of the storyline, he did die. They didn't say what it was. They just had like a funeral episode essentially where everyone was grieving, moving on. But then I think what happened is, unfortunately, when you start characters in high school,
Right.
and then they start to age, like they started having a lot of the main characters go off to New York, go off over here, and
Right.
then they have all these new characters that no one really cared about because they're
Right.
like, well, we don't really care. Half the Glee Club is gone.
Right.
Who are these people? So even I was rewatching on Netflix. Crazy show when you rewatch it. You're like, whoa, like that lady, like the Glee teacher's wife was trying to fake a pregnancy and then steal the pregnant teen's child to pass out. I'm like, this was TV 14, like Euphoria is like, no, Glee was crazy. This was
Right.
wild.
I just
But
started
yeah,
watching Euphoria. I was like, oh,
I haven't watched it yet. Everyone keeps telling me to. And I almost watched it the other night, but then I was like, I'm going to have to start from season 1 and they're hour-long episodes and I don't have the
you
commitment.
have to just start from season 1. Absolutely. You know, like my best friend just finished Ozark, and then there was like somebody that was like, Ozark has nothing on Euphoria. Like Ozark is PG-13 compared to Euphoria. And I was like, oh, I
I
gotta get
know.
into this show.
Everyone's talking about it and I have that like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of the loop. I need to know what's going on.
Girl, get your ass in the loop. We ain't got time for that.
I got that HBO Max that I'm stealing from someone, so
That's
I
what
will
I'm talking
definitely
about. You hustle, girl. You make it happen. Do you understand? You don't feel bad about that. Okay? You can't have no monthly bill. You crazy?
exactly.
It adds up. $100 at the end of the year. You know what I could have done with $100?
By cable, probably.
Yeah, I could have done some things. I could have, like put gas in my car twice.
Right.
Gone to Costco shopping and paid for like half the groceries. You know, there's a lot of things I could have done with $100.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's all the same stuff with the Disney Plus and everything. Oh, it's
Oh yeah, it adds
10.99,
up.
14.99. I'm like, all that adds up at the end of
And
the
there's like 12 plus like different
girl.
services now. And I'm like, well, how am I like, I don't have Apple TV, but all these shows, I'm like, well, I don't have that. Well, I don't know, but I don't have this one. How am I supposed to? And I was like, I only have like
Now you're doing
3.
it right. You get your hustle on. And your Instagram is Real Lindsey Bean.
Yeah, so Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook page are all Real Lindsey Bean because I'm trying to keep stuff consistent.
Right. You
So
want
it's
to just keep the
easier.
name. Because sometimes people have like 2 different Instagrams or a different Facebook and this and that. So I just want everybody to know you could find the Real Lindsey Bean on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can find her projects on YouTube. It has been such a pleasure. Is there anything you'd like to share with everybody?
See, now my mind goes, whenever I get asked a question, my brain is like, forget everything you ever learned in your life. But thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. You're so fun. I felt like this was like a little therapy session for me too. But I love it. I just love
I am also a therapist.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know? But thank you so much for coming on the show. You have no idea how much this means to me. I mean, it's not easy. People don't understand how hard it is. And let us be well, and then that way let's get over this pandemic so we could start our projects and start our modeling and get our careers really, really going, and not be scared to like touch each other, hug each other, love each other. It's just, I know that's where life has gone for the last like almost 2 years, but listen, great things are going to come. I'm a big believer, and we're always going to be lifetime friends. And I'm going to bring that ass back on the show because you're going to tell me your updated success, and because you're just a little tenderoni, baby. I mean, my guy, you've got many, many years to live. You understand?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want to
Hell
get hit by a
yeah.
bus tomorrow. Unless it's a city
Saga
bus, because then
pao.
I can sue the city.
What'd you say?
I
Unless
said
what?
if I get hit by a bus, you want it to be a city bus.
Then
Because
you'll be
that way you
rich.
sue the city
You'll
and
be
you can
rich
make
like.
more.
Thank you so much, Saga pao. Love you. Love Saga pao in Greek means I love you, by the way.
Ooh,
That's what I was
fancy.
saying. Yeah, honey, I'm 100% Greek.
Ooh.